fourth day of 1 week online faculty development program on advancing towards sustainable teaching, learning, and evaluation methods, jointly organized by Srirnam Faculty Development Center under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching in association with KJ Somaya College of Arts and Commerce under UGC Paramarsh scheme. In the morning session, which is delivered by Lakshmi Vaid Madam, in that session, she has covered all the aspects of Google Classroom, right from creating a Google Classroom, how to add the participants in the Google Classroom, creating assignment, quizzes, and announcement in the Google Classroom. So all the aspect of Google Classroom we have learned in the first session. So to add further, let us learn one more educational technology, and that is online evaluation tools. So that will be covered in this second session. So it's my immense pleasure to welcome to our resource person, Dr. B. Surendranath Reddy sir. He is a faculty for mathematical science in Swami Ramananda Tirth, Marathwada University, Nanded. So welcome you, sir, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation. So before going to the session, first I would like to introduce to our resource person, Dr. B. Surendranath Reddy sir, with his profile. Dr. B. Surendranath Reddy sir is a faculty in School of Mathematical Science in Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded, Maharashtra. He is a coordinator for online courses at SRTMU Nanded. He has specialized in the research areas of algebra, analysis, and soft set theory. He has published around 20 research papers in various national, international journals with citation 36, and among that, the three in high index and one in I-10 index. Three students PhD, three students MPhil have completed under his guidance. Recently, it means before 1 month back, he has organized three online faculty development program on ICT tools with the participation of 17,000 teachers and delivered around 20 talks during COVID-19 pandemic. He has qualified NET with GRF during third semester of MSc. He has given 15 invited talks in national conferences, seminars, and workshops. He has delivered more than 30 lectures on UGC NET set coaching scheme. So, such an energetic and a dynamic personality with us. So, thank you, sir, for being with us for today's session. Now, you can start your session, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So, first of all, I would like to thank Sunil sir from KJ Somya College, one of the convener. He called me almost 15 days back, and he asked me, sir, can you deliver a talk in our faculty development program? So I said, okay. Uh, Actually, from last 4 months, whoever asked me 95% time, I said okay only. Mainly reason is because of my expertise. If some teacher get benefit, then that is service to nation. I feel that as a teacher. So until unless my health is not good, so far I have not rejected anyone. Uh, Many are freely I have delivered because some colleges not able to offer any honorarium. That is not a problem. But one thing I would like to tell here is whatever knowledge I am having, I am ready to share with without any limits. Whatever I learn, I will share with you all. Not only just today, you can connect with me anytime. So thank you very much, sir. And I also like to thank Sydenham Faculty Development Center for giving me an opportunity to share or talk, interact all with you all. I know that around 3 o'clock and this is last day. Many people might have already tired with hectic schedule, or maybe because of afternoon. Many people might be feeling sleepy. Okay, so Just before starting lecture, let me tell you one small joke so that everybody will be okay. Then you will start. We'll go through this. I hope many will understand Hindi because this joke is good if we say it in Hindi. In between, I'll tell in English. Okay. So एक दोपहर में ऐसा क्लास चालू है हिंदी लेक्चर एंड इन रामायणम देर इज ए स्वयंवरम टॉपिक ओके so when class is going on suddenly inspector okay this educational inspector come to that class and he takes book from the teacher and what is going on something like that he will ask and he will say okay good swayamvaram topic is going on okay so let's have some questions with students how you are teaching and so on so you will take that book and you will simply go through it and ask last bench student you get up and tell me this question answer for this question that ये शिवधनुष कौन तोड़ा आई रिपीट आगे तो शिवधनुष कौन तोड़ा तो वो बच्चे ऐसा अरे यार इनका कुछ काम ही नहीं लास्ट वाला कोई उठाते ये टीचर्स को वगैरह कुछ काम नहीं रहता ऐसा स्लोली उठ के वो बोलते सर मुझे सच में मालूम नहीं कौन तोड़ा क्योंकि मैं 10 दिन से ये स्कूल को आए नहीं तो वो इंस्पेक्टर को थोड़ा सा ये आते अरे आप मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ आप सुन लो पहले मैं पूछ रहा हूँ शिवधनुष कौन तोड़ा तो वो और एक बार वही बोलते हैं मैं सच बोल रहा हूँ सर मैं 10 दिन से ये स्कूल आए नहीं चाहिए तो मेरा फ्रेंड को पूछो आप तो उनका फ्रेंड भी बोलते सर ये सर सच में ये 10 दिन से आए नहीं चाहिए तो आप अटेंडेंस चेक कर सकते तो उनको कैसे मालूम वो शिवधनुष कौन तोड़ा तो उसको गुस्सा आते इंस्पेक्टर को तो वो टीचर को बोलते आप ऐसा पढ़ाते क्या तो वो टीचर ने बोलते सर उसका बात पे आप मत जाओ क्योंकि लास्ट वीक में भी वो खिड़की वही तोड़ा अभी भी शिवधनुष वही तोड़ा है तो आप उसका बात पे बिलीव मत करो तो वो इंस्पेक्टर को बहुत गुस्सा आते ये टीचर क्या बोल रहे तो जब टीचर ने बोला वही थोड़ा तो स्टूडेंट और टीचर के बीच में आर्ग्यूमेंट चालू हो जाते क्या सर मैं लास्ट टाइम वो तोड़ा तो अभी भी मैं भी तोड़ूंगा ऐसा आप कुछ भी मेरे ऊपर इंजाम लगा देते ऐसा कुछ डिस्कशन चालू हो जाती तो वो इंस्पेक्टर को क्या करना है कुछ समझ में नहीं आते तो वो प्रिंसिपल ऑफिस में जाते प्रिंसिपल को बोलते ये क्या चल रहा है मैं ऐसा क्लास में गया वैसे क्वेश्चन पूछा स्टूडेंट आंसर आंसर दिया है और टीचर तो और कुछ आंसर दिया है तो प्रिंसिपल ने बोलते क्या क्वेश्चन पूछे सर आप मैं बोला शिव धनुष ने कौन तोड़ा तो टीचर ने बोल रहे वो पर्टिकुलर स्टूडेंट तोड़ा है और स्टूडेंट बोल रहे मैंने तोड़ा तो प्रिंसिपल ने बोलते सर ये एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट्स का यूनियन बहुत चलता है इधर तो इसका ये जो चालू है तो हम इधर ही स्टॉप कर लेंगे मैं इंक्वायरी कमेटी बिठाता हूँ शिव धनुष ने कौन तोड़ा हम इंक्वायरी करके 1-2 दिन में हम फाइंड आउट करेंगे और बाद में उसका पनिशमेंट देंगे तो उसका हाई बीपी आ जाते हैं उसका इंस्पेक्टर को मैं बोलते अरे ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप लोग एक तो बराबर सीधा तो बताओ तो उसका इतना गुस्सा आने के बाद वो बोर्ड ऑफ मीटिंग इमीडिएटली वो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स है उनको बुलाते मैं आपका स्कूल को कैंसलेशन क्यों नहीं कर सकते तो वो लोग बहुत डर जाते हैं और बोलते उसको सर आप कूल हो जाओ क्या हुआ बताओ हम प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते ये पूरा बताते ऐसा हुआ है स्टूडेंट ने ऐसे बताया टीचर ने ऐसे बताया तो प्रिंसिपल ने और इंक्वायरी कमेटी बिठाते ऐसा बता रहे तो वो बोलते सर इतना सा छोटा चीज़ है इतना सा छोटा बड़ी बात नहीं है तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं हम और एक नया बना देंगे तो ये छोटा सा कौन तोड़ा इसके लिए क्या ये हो रहे तो ये छोटा सा ये है अ, हंसने का बात यह है लेकिन आज बताने का रीज़न यह है दिस इज एक्चुअली close to the reality what we are having now as a teacher as a student as well as an administrator we are all going through without roots okay so neither a student concentrated neither a teacher concentrated nor an administrator so this should change for example in this last 4 5 months as a teacher we might have attended so many programs most of the time for the sake of certificate or for the sake of cash promotion right but how many of us have learned something which is very useful and necessary for our coming online teaching if you are really learning then it is very good if you are taking it light then it is not so good because many people are spending their time for organizing many people as a resource person are giving their valuable time. So as a teacher, are we learning something? Or as a teacher, when we teach to students, are we teaching with complete focus or not, complete concentration or not? That is very, very important. Okay, so just with this small thing, I hope that from beginning itself, I would like to point out one thing, that during this PPT, after this PPT, I will be having a small quiz. Okay, small quiz when where everyone will participate. So just listen carefully. Okay, based on this presentation you will be having, but don't worry, all are very easy. I am not going to ask any difficult question, and you are this whatever quiz is not for your grading purpose. It is just to show you the usefulness of this whatever online tool I am going to discuss, right? So just before going to this evaluation tools, I will try to cover maybe 5-10 minutes the entire view of this online teaching mode. Okay, so that we will have some clear idea. Many colleges, universities might have already started teaching, learning, online teaching. So there may be some difficulties going on. I will try to show it how you can go easily, smoothly. So if I want to talk about overview of my talk, uh, just quickly I will tell about what is the impact of this COVID on education, and what are the advantages and limitations of this e-learning. Okay, and online mode of teaching, learning, evaluation. What are all different modes are available here. Okay, then what are all we required for our online teaching, and tools for some effective online teaching, these things. And of course the main topic today is online evaluation tools, and I will show you hands-on sessions also. Okay, we all know that due to this COVID, entire education is changed drastically from physical classroom to uh, virtual classroom. Okay, so entire, not just in India, entire globe, this education has taken complete different road, I can say. Okay, so there is an exponential rise. As a mathematician, I can use this word exponential, sudden peak height rise of e-learning through digital platforms. Everybody might have noticed it. Okay, then uh, this during this pandemic, whether we are agreeing, whether we like online teaching or not, whether we support online teaching or not, but it is the only solution right now, at least for one semester, for 6 months, that we have to go through this online or virtual classroom. Okay, to reduce this damage whatever happened to education, this is the time, this is the right time we should go with online classes for at least time being. I'm not saying we should continue this one. So as a teacher or as a student, this we should understand. We should take it as a positive way, so that as a teacher we will stop complaining so many things. This is not there, this is not there, how can I take online lecture? Students will also. Okay, so if we try to understand the actual situation and if we adapt to that, then there won't be much problems. We will try to take it positives from there. Okay, so what are some advantages and some limitations of e-learning? Especially I'll talk about advantages. As a teacher as well as a student, there are so many advantages are available for this e-learning. If you continue even after lockdown, this is a very good chance to learn such things. One is that students can access content from anywhere at any time, from his mobile or from whatever he is having. Okay, he can watch the same content again and again, and it is very, very useful when there is a chance of exam is there, so he is going for revision. At that time it is very, very useful, where that feasibility is not available in physical classroom. Once class is over, then he cannot go through it as it is that class. Okay, but with the help of this e-learning it is possible. He can entirely go through the class what happened a few days, few months back. Okay, similarly, when students' performance, with the help of this digital learning, digital tools, we can analyze students' performance very, very easily, effectively, just with mouse click. Okay, and not only that, as a student or a teacher, it promotes active learning. For example, there is a one concept which is, for example, 50% is clear to us. Then we can take the help of other resources, e-resources, OER you can call it. Then you can learn on your own with the basic motivation from your class or from somebody. You can start exploring yourself. So this definitely promotes active learning and independent learning. it enhances students as well as teacher skills. As I said, I am from mathematics background, I am a mathematics teacher, but I am able to learn so many other tools because of this digital learning, e-learning. And students also get to know so many other information. From there they can get extra information. If there is a physical classroom, most of the time teachers student depends on our classroom or maximum books like available and library. Whereas if they adapt for this e-learning, they try to use it, then they can find enough number of resources available from internet. So this definitely enhances students skills, their knowledge. And teacher can improve their way of teaching. If there is a difficulty, he can learn from another resources persons available, a video is available, then he can learn himself and he can teach better. And I have seen from last 2 3 years, I have personally used many things, many tools I have used. I can definitely say that I have improved my skills in subject mathematics as well as in other skills during with the help of this digital learning. So now, as I'm not saying that there are always advantages, anything you consider, there are some limitations also for anything. So what are the limitations? The biggest limitation is that lack of technological tools available with students as well as teachers at colleges, universities. So that is one of the biggest problem. And second one is the poor internet connectivity. You might have seen that whenever there is a webinar, whenever there is a live lecture, suddenly somebody disconnected, there is no voice clarity in that. All these things happen just because of poor internet connectivity. We are not so connected. Many students are from rural area. Even in good cities, that network signal is not that much good. And not only that, if we start taking 4 hours, assume that student has to take 4 hours lecture online per day, then how much amount of internet he has to spend per day, and you try to multiply by month and then per semester. So it is a cost involved is there. A student can afford or not, that we should able to think. As a institution, one should think. As a government, state government, maybe our central government, one should definitely think about this technological tools and internet connection problem before forcing anyone just go out without giving anything. It is not good to say that you continue it, you start doing it. Even though teachers and students we are ready, but these are the definitely some limitations. Then one can if we take it as a second side, there is a less human interaction. It may happen if we don't talk to our student friends frequently. So this may lead to social isolation. So to reduce that, we have to make sure that during some group discussions, during lectures, we will keep on talking. Just log into it, and if we keep mum or silent, then definitely it creates something like social isolation. You might have seen from last 5 days, continuously you are sitting and attending lectures. So whoever interacting, they may not be feeling so difference or difficulty, but whoever simply sitting for 5 hours is not so easy. So if it habits for longer time, definitely social isolation will come into picture. So that one should take care of that. And lack of communication skills development, because if you don't start talking, if you are going to social isolation, then it will a problem of communication skill. So if there is no social isolation, there is no lack of communication skills. Okay. Then next comes, this is especially very there is a long debate is going on, case is going on Supreme Court, whether final year exams should take place or not. UGC is saying yes, we have to take, and some states are saying it is impossible to take, right? Mainly because there is a not online at present. We don't have any what can I say, any platform where we can take online exams more securely and safely. That is because of that reason we are facing this problem. If this copying or cheating is not at all possible at present, we don't know when it will happen, but this is very at present we cannot eliminate this limitation. Okay. But other than this, there may be some other limitations which I may not be able to discussing now. But if we take it in positive way, definitely we can start the things, we can go with some up to some extent. We may not able to go completely as of now, but let me tell you one thing: nobody can replace a physical teacher. We will be there, you will be there, everyone will be there. These are all only tools. Just like a skeleton is there, but soul should be there. Okay, so soul is we as teachers. So don't worry, nobody, even if we adopt this e-learning, nobody is going to uh, I mean, there is no impact on teachers, but there will be an impact if we don't update and so on. That is different case, but nobody is going to lose job or something just because of this digital platform learnings. Okay, fine. Now let's quickly go to what is this online mode of teaching learning. It is similar to what we have in physical classroom. You go to class, you take lecture, then you take some exams, you attend, you give some assignments, you evaluate students. These are all these things are there in online mode also, but we have to use different platforms, different techniques to come through it. Okay, so first thing is we should prepare our online lecture before going to our students. Okay, so there are number of ways. One is you take suppose a whiteboard or blackboard is there, you go to board where there are no students, you try to start explaining and you record your lecture from external camera or something tripod using such things. uh, that is one way of recording your lecture, but I don't suggest that one. It has lot of limitations. So other thing is you can prepare presentation. Using presentation one can prepare lecture somewhat better than what physical recording. Then the third one is with the help of digital note taking softwares one can directly go or take prepare lecture very effectively interactively. So these things are required. Then second thing is once you prepared your lecture, how can we connect or how can we deliver our lecture to our students? So what are all digital platforms to deliver lecture? Many people know Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and OBS, Open Broadcast Software. Okay, so these are some of the platforms. Of course there are n number of platforms available, but many people know this, and I personally like OBS, then Microsoft Teams. This Sunday I will be talking completely about Microsoft Teams. I have a YouTube channel, you can join at 3:30 p.m. Microsoft Teams is, we are actually not knowing the power of this Microsoft Teams. It is very useful. As far as I know, this is the currently only one platform where you can conduct exams, where you can give assignments, where you can share the material, and also you can take the live lecture. Okay, so this Microsoft Teams right now is one of the best solution I can tell, right? Then learning management systems, as I said here, Microsoft Teams, why I have written as a learning management system, it has everything what a learning management system should offer. Okay, and there are other popular Google Classrooms are there, Edmodo is there, Moodle is there. I suggest you can go with Edmodo or Microsoft Teams uh, than Google Classroom or Moodle. There are some limitations. You can watch my videos on all tools. I have prepared videos, right? Then even though these learning management systems, they have their own inbuilt platforms for online examination, but independently also you can take exams using Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, and test modes. Google Forms are integrated inside Google Classroom. Microsoft Forms are there with Microsoft Teams, and test modes is a independent test builder which is very useful and very effective. Okay, and the interesting thing is YouTube. Okay, you may say that how it will come in online mode of teaching learning evaluation. This is a best teacher if you are interested to learn. Okay, in YouTube you will get everything you will get, only you require an interest to learn something. uh, Once you go through YouTube, it is not just for watching videos, it is not for entertainment, not only for entertainment, it is actually a very useful educational channel. Educational resource is one of this YouTube. Okay, now what are all we need for online lectures? If we just want to say it, whoever can install OBS, then this is one of the must software for recording as well as live streaming. So open broadcaster software. Okay, then if somebody having problem with Windows 7 or Windows 7 also OBS actually works, but if you have some problems it is not working, then you can go with Loom. Just like Zoom, there is a Loom is there. Okay, uh, just like this is Loom, so you can start using this Loom if necessary, if OBS is not working. One of the advantage of this Loom is that it has a pro version also, and for all teachers who are having educational email ID, just like Microsoft email ID or Google Suite email ID, they will get pro version completely free for entire life. Okay, so and it has a very good features. You can record your screen, uh, that I will talk about some other time. But Loom is very alternative if OBS is not working for recording your lectures. It records with webcam or without webcam also. And what is one small disadvantage of this Loom is that you require internet connection to use this Loom. So if you think that you don't have proper internet connection or that much time, then you go to this free recording software, another free recording software, which is Flashback Express free. There is a pro version. You don't need to buy that pro version. You can do well with Flashback Express free version also. And it also supports webcam as well as without webcam also. You can record your lecture. So these three are very useful. One of them at least you should have to prepare your lectures. Then once you prepare your lecture, it may happen that you may want to edit some your video. For that, these are the two free and open source most popular softwares, OpenShot and Shortcut. Okay, you can use this, and if you want, you can cut something. You can make into parts if necessary. You can merge 2-3 videos into single file. So video editing tools, these are all free softwares. Whatever I discuss, more than 99.9% they are either free or free and open source softwares. Okay, wherever there is a paid version, I tell that, and even if I tell that, there is always a free version is available for such software. Okay, then this video compressor is very useful because sometime whenever we record our lecture, space, it may be 1 GB space, 1.5 GB space, and so on. So we have to reduce that space so that we can share with our students or we can upload on our YouTube channel something. So Handbrake is a software which you can use it. It is again a open source and completely free. Once you download, you don't require anything. It's very useful software and very easy to use it. Just you take your video and you put it here and start encode, press. You don't need to change any settings. It will directly decrease from 500 to 100 MB, 500 to 150 MB, all such things. Okay, then if your everything is ready, your video is recorded, edited, and made it compressed, then you can upload on Google Drive. I suggest if you have YouTube channel, you upload on your YouTube channel and share with your students. This is one. Or if you want to go to live lecture, then as I said, learning management system, I like this Microsoft Teams so much because it offers you can share any file. This one notebook is nothing but it is a digital notebook. Whatever you have book, you take your notebook, it will have some 100 pages. Suppose any page you can go front or back. Same thing you can do with this OneNote, but it is offered by Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft OneNote, maybe many people not knowing, it is very powerful tool. Entire your teaching you can put it and you can take it anywhere. Whenever you want to recall, you can immediately show that to students. You can get back to that and you can continue with your lecture. This one notebook, you can call it just like a digital notebook, and not only just digital, it is more than that. You can do wonders in this one notebook. If you have seen my YouTube 2 lectures, I have uploaded my mathematics lectures. I have prepared using this one notebook, uh, Microsoft OneNote. Okay, and advantage of this one notebook is that it is open to all. Your students will access this. As a teacher, I can access that. I can share my material. There will be space for each and every students. They can start writing. They can discuss everything. So it is just like a Wikipedia, you can call it. It is unlimited. Every student can access it. The moment you upload, every will see it, and they can start writing, and you can see whatever they are collaborating. So it is a collaborative notebook, you can call it. Okay, and you can have assignments, you can have quizzes. The most important thing is right now you can take meetings live. You can invite your students. You can have a live lecture from Microsoft Teams, which I have not seen. All these features are available. For example, Zoom. In Zoom, it is not possible to have such assignments, quizzes, such things, right? Whereas you have a Google Classroom, it is not possible. In Google Classroom, live classroom is not there. You have to separately use Google Meet. Okay, so you take anything. Of course, Moodle is available. In Moodle, it is available, but there are some limitations. You have to depend on somebody else. Okay, there is a limitation of space. There are other versions are available, so I don't suggest Moodle and Microsoft Teams. Among these two, I can simply say that you use Microsoft Teams. People feel that it is very heavy, it is very difficult to use. Nothing. In just 10-15 minutes or half an hour presentation demonstration, one can learn Microsoft Teams. This one can say it is the learning management system. Right now, you can go with. I don't know whether it is discussed in this web faculty development program or not, I suggest you go with Microsoft Teams. If you want to learn, you have any difficulty, you can watch, you can meet me on my YouTube live Sunday. After Sunday, definitely from Monday onwards, you can use Microsoft Teams. It is completely free. If it is not free, I will tell you how you can use it freely also. Okay. Fine. These are all the some of the things we require for our online lecture. Keep in mind, use some recording software, use some editing software if necessary. Then you compress it. After that, if you want, you upload it in your YouTube and try to share it. And use some good learning management system. I can suggest Microsoft Teams. It is very, very good because it has a live lecture facility also. Okay. Fine. Quickly we go in 5 minutes about what are some of the tools I use for my lectures, and you can make it. You can, if you start using these things, your lecture looks more interesting. It doesn't mean that if you don't use these tools, your lecture won't be good. Definitely, they will just add something like some. You can say some add some flavors. That's all. Okay. Fine. So if you say this, whatever just now I talked about OneNote, this is the how it looked like OneNote. Yesterday I have taken my lecture. You can see that I have written, and it is very smooth, better than Blackboard or Whiteboard. So this even if lockdown is over, I will start taking lectures only using this OneNote. That much useful it is. So it is by offered by Microsoft. So we know about, all about Microsoft. Is you can say it is a virtual board as well as for note taking. You can teacher can also use as well as student can also use, both people can use, anyone can use, not only teacher student, even a principal of the college or an administrator can use. They can make all the things, n number of features are available. Okay, fine. Now whatever you are seeing here is called a pen tablet. Okay, so this is by eyeball, which I am having right now. Nowadays there are some other things are available. One can buy it. Wacom is there, XP pen tablet is there, but personally I like this eyeball, which is our of course Indian company, but the features are so good. From last 10 years I'm having this tablet. There is not even single day problem is there. So this pen tablet is available. And whatever you see, this small one which is called Epic Pen, so this Epic Pen is so powerful that you can write anything, even from with the help of mouse. You can highlight, you can do it on any screen, no problem what screen you are showing. So assume that, for example, I want to write something else on this before going to anywhere. Okay, so how I can do that? Just let me write something or highlight something. See, I can able to highlight, right? Let me change some color. Here I can say something. This is about, these are the different, and I can start writing. Okay, so I'll say that there is a you can also purchase around some 5,000. Sorry, let me. Okay, so these pen tablets will cost around 5,000 to, I can say that around 8,000. You will get your pen tablet for free of car. I mean, only this one thing which I am suggesting is only purchase. You have to purchase. This Epic Pen is not a pen. It is a tool. It is a free tool. You can buy, download it freely. Only digital pen you have to purchase. Remaining all you don't need to purchase. So around 5,000 if you spend, you will get a good digital pen tablet. Then you can start using it. Okay, so if you, whenever you want to clear this screen, you can clear this screen. One advantage is that your PPT is not affected if you start using this Epic Pen. It is different from PDF annotation. In PDF annotation, whatever you write, if you save it, it will be there. But here immediately I can start removing. Once I explain, I can go to next slide. Okay, that is one of the advantage of this, having this Epic Pen. I like this Epic Pen. It is you can see that there is a pro version, but you no need to, more than free version is more than sufficient, right? Right. Now, now we come to our the today's topic, online evaluation, or you can call it online assessment tools and techniques. What are the available things are there, so that up to some extent how we can have our exams and so on. As I said, there is not 100% safe and secure, but whatever limitations are there, we go with those limitations. Everybody know about Google Forms, so I won't be discussing much about Google Forms today. Google Forms are very popular, and Microsoft Forms are almost equivalent to Google Forms. They are new to many people. Even 2 months back, I also not aware of Microsoft Forms, but once I started using Microsoft Forms, somehow I feel I don't like to use Google Forms that much powerful. These Microsoft Forms are there, and some extra features are available in Microsoft Forms that I will show you today. And test modes, it is excellent build to generate test. It is very good, but there are some limitations in free version. If you can purchase a pro version, it is one of the best I can suggest. You no need to require any other tool. If you purchase, I will tell you, it is not costly also. Around $25 means approximately around 2000 rupees one get a 1 year license for this test mode. Okay, recently I have purchased it, and I will show you the purchased version so that you will understand what are the features available in paid version. Okay, then you can start using this. So many people are crazy about Certify-M Autocrat, that how can I generate certificate and send it, right? For your kind information, we have more than 25 videos prepared on YouTube from last 3.5 months. The highest views came for Certify-M. Okay, even though I have prepared we have prepared almost all videos. OBS we have prepared, Google Classroom, Edmodo, all we have prepared. But Certify-M, somehow it is more than 50,000 views are there. So it is because new and interesting, so people like it. But we should not stop there. We want to learn actually as a teacher, what are useful tools. Like, one should go and watch it OBS. If you start using OBS, it is just like a ocean. Okay, you will learn everything, and you will can make your video. You don't need to go to any studio. You can make even better than that if you start using OBS. So I wonder why people don't watch that much. But still, day by day, every day, there is more views for this Certify-M or Autocrat than any other tool. That shows that people are so much interested about fascinating things. It's fine. Then mail merge is also very useful tool. If you want to send more than this Certify-M and Autocrat, they have some limitations. Daily limitations are there, but whereas mail merge, you can send more certificates in bulk. For example, with my Microsoft email ID, I can send around 10,000 at a time, and that I did also. I have sent 9,000 participants selection order to each and every individual as a PDF file. Okay, so that is possible using mail merge. We have explained, many people used it. Of course, there may be some problem. You may not able to immediately it work, but it is always good to learn some things, right? So if you ask me, because there are so many things are here, if you ask me which you will recommend, then I will recommend Microsoft Forms for exams, because it has somewhat better features than Google Forms. Especially mathematics teacher, if you are, then you go with Microsoft Forms. And if for this certificate generation, you can go with Autocrat. It is better than Certify-M, but there is 100. Okay, and if you want to send more certificates, or for college principals or college administration, if they want to send more letters with label only change, then one can use this mail merge. Okay, if you can pay $25, then Testmos is the best option available right now. Whatever I have come across, it may happen that I might have not seen some of these tools at all, so it is not good to say that. But among all these things, I can definitely tell Testmos is one of the best options available if you pay $25. Actually, it is $50 for schools and colleges, universities, teachers. They are giving 50%, so $25 you will get it, this test mode. Okay, so one college can buy it and start checking those features. If it is good, then they can start buying for each and every department, every school, like that, right? Fine. Then I can quickly explain what are the main differences between Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, then advantages of the test mode. Okay, so in Google Forms, uh, if I am going fast, please let me know. I don't have any problem. uh, you should stop me some point if I am going fast. Okay, fine. So Google Forms, we all know that they are very well known and most popular among forms. Everybody now know about Google Forms for registration, for exams, quiz, everything. People use Google Forms, and there are variety of questions available. uh, Whoever know about add-ons, if you start using add-ons, you can make your Google form very more efficient and powerful. Some of the disadvantage, if I want to say, there is no math support, and people may say that no sir, math works. Actually, I'm not talking about as a image one can do it. For that, you don't require any add-on. Microsoft, this Google Forms, you can upload any question as an image. So if I can upload my math question as an image, that doesn't mean that it supports math. Okay, so in that point, math support is not available. Many people reply me, sir, math available, you can type math in Google form, they will give some extensions, equate io, something like that. But what is that? All are basically they convert into image and they will insert that. Is not called as a math support, original math support. Okay, fine. Then there is a problem with analysis. You all might have seen, for example, this FDP. We take this example of FDP. Participants might have given response, their response about how program is going on, how about resource person. So immediately you will see the responses. There is no problem. Okay, and there is an analysis below to that for each question. The problem is you cannot download that uh, easily. You have to do is you have to copy that graph and paste it in somewhere. You have to paste it in Google Slides. Then once it is over, that Google slide you have to download. Okay, and that is not straightforward. That is the reason I say it is not straightforward to download the analysis and keep it with you readily. Okay, and there is no direct option for setting some time limit in quizzes. If you prepare a Google form, you cannot set time limit directly. You have to depend on some add-ons. You cannot auto stop. Suppose there is assume that after 200 people, it should stop automatically. It is not. There is no provision is there such thing. But you can use it. I'm not saying there are no provisions at all. Directly they are not available. One should depend on add-ons. So if you don't know add-on, then there is a problem. So you should know about more about add-ons to use Google Forms more efficiently. Now let's come to Microsoft Forms. Microsoft Forms are very, I can say, new to everyone, but because of Microsoft, they know they can read the people very easily. So they have prepared very useful questions. Some 6 type of questions are available. And why I said with locking, just to say, suppose in Google Forms there is an option called shuffling questions, so you can shuffle the questions. It is very good. But name of the student, that will also be shuffled and it will go to some student as a 10th question. So it makes so funny that a student is answering questions and at the 10th question he will write as, oh, my name is something, he has to write it. So that doesn't look so good. Whereas in Microsoft Forms you have a facility that you can lock some questions. For suppose question 1 to 3, you can lock that. Remaining questions you can shuffle it. Okay, so that is very useful and make more sense that student name, roll number and some other details, they should not be shuffled. Okay, they are meant for beginning only. Then variety of themes are available in Microsoft Forms. You all might have seen that Google Forms have very boring themes. They are very limited. They are not updating. So every Google form almost looks similar. Whereas Microsoft Forms, they have very beautiful themes are available. You can make your own theme. You can upload your own image. Based on your image, your theme will be set up. Okay, so it is very good in terms of themes. That means there is a refresh look in you. I will show you some of the themes which Microsoft Forms which I have prepared. It just look like something refresh, something new you are saying it. Okay, so in that sense it is very good. And math support is available here. Equation editor, so whoever chemistry teachers are there, you want to do something, even superscript, subscript, some other charts and so on, this equation editor is available in Microsoft Forms. Not only that, LaTeX is also available in this math support and LaTeX support. Actually they are available in quiz mode. This Microsoft Forms you can use it for without quiz and surveys, right? So in quiz mode it is available, math support. And it is very easy to share the analysis. I will show you definitely. If I don't show you, somebody ask me, I will show you the analysis, how you can do it with this Microsoft Forms, how you can download it, and whatever you have downloaded you can share with somebody without downloading also. So if you want to submit a report to someone else, the analysis within seconds you can share with them, you can download and you can take the printout. That is the one of the best I liked in Microsoft Forms, that it is very easy to share the performance or analysis of the forms we have collected. Okay, and here there is a direct set time limit is available. We can set time limit, we can give some date, we can give some time and many things. Of course, I should not be biased to Microsoft Forms. There are certainly some limitations are there. If you want to upload a file upload option is not available for a free account. And if you give a file upload question, then it is only within the organization you can use. You cannot give that form to each and everyone. Okay, and within the organization you can limit response to one response, but when it is open to all, then anyone can fill the number of an n number of times. Okay, for example, a student can give quiz more than 2 times if you are sharing with somebody else outside your organization. So if you have a within your organization, if your students have that organization email IDs, then there is no problem. Otherwise, student or anyone can access that form more than 1 times. So there are some certain limitations, but they are just introduced 2 years back, and I'm sure that definitely they will come up with some better things. Okay. In Microsoft Forms, there is no partial marking. Also, it may be one of the disadvantage. Students, until unless everything he write correct, then only you will get marks for multi-choice correct answers. Okay. These are some of the quick analysis of Google Forms and Microsoft Forms. Now we will move to test modes, which is today's topic. Because what I feel that test modes is very useful tool. So I thought that I will discuss this with all teachers whenever it is possible. Uh, so this test mode is very simple to generate an examination. If I want to say it, then uh, you can, it is a simple process. Just give the name of the test and give some password because you want to access it later, and you are ready to you no need to create any login ID, you no need to do anything. When you go to test modes, it will just ask for your name of the test and password. After that, you are ready to create your question immediately. Okay, you don't require any login, just like Google Forms or Microsoft Forms. You no need to log in anything. You anyone can use it directly from their website. Okay, so it is just like you set the rules. That means whatever settings you want, you set those settings, you add the questions, and you preview it, you publish it. Only four things. Just set rules, add questions, preview the test, and publish it. So with these four things, you are ready, you are able to publish. You will get an URL. You can share that URL with anyone, with your students through WhatsApp, through Facebook, anywhere, and students can access it from their mobile also. It is very lightweight browser. Okay, it opens faster than Google Forms. It works faster than Microsoft Forms. As I said, students can directly take the exam without any login. Of course, if you set a password, they have to enter their password. If you don't set a password, then they can directly take the exam once they have a URL. And you can view the results and you can generate the report in different ways. Those things I will show it. As I said, there is, you don't require any registration. It works in very low bandwidth also. Even in remote areas, if small amount of internet is able to work, you can use this test mode, and it is very mobile friendly. It works in computer, it works in laptop, it works in small smartphone also. Okay, then you may say that there will, if everything is good, then why they will go for pro versions and so on. So there are some limitations for free version. You cannot have more than 50 questions, but that is not a limitation for regular purpose. We usually don't set more than 50 questions, and 100 results per test. So assume that some 1,000 people have taken your test, but only you can able to analyze, or you can able to see only first 100 results. Whoever written first 100 students, their results we can analyze. But that is also not a limitation when we consider regular classroom, because in a classroom it is very rare that we will be having more than 100 students. Okay, and uh, in free version this math support is not available. The question bank pool is not available. This question bank pool is not available neither in Microsoft Forms, Google Forms, but it is available in TestMo's free paid version. What is this question bank pool? I will discuss when I discuss about this features of paid version. Okay, so if we want to go with full version, what are the advantages is that earlier in free version, for every test you should have one separate login. Okay, so as a teacher, if you want to access more than one test, you should remember all those login IDs. Okay, the test login URL IDs. Then as an administrator, you have to log in with your password. Then you can see the test, but every time you can see only one test. You cannot see all your tests at one place in free version. Whereas in full version, you can access to all your tests at one place. Suppose assume that you are teaching 2 classes, and each class you are conducting some 2 3 exams. So all exams you can access at one place if you have a full version. That is one of the good thing, that you can start analyzing all exams at one place where is problem and so on. And there is no limit on number of questions. You can set how many questions you want, and there is no limit on analysis of n number of students. You can analyze how many students. Suppose 1,000 people have taken the exam, 5,000 people taken the exam, you will get all analysis. There is no limitation. Of course, for analysis, student analysis, even in Google Form, Microsoft Form, there is no limitation. But in a free version of Testimos, there is a limitation. Okay, and you can schedule the test at desired time. Tomorrow at 10:30 it should start, and at 11 o'clock it should stop. Like that, we can schedule the test, which is very useful. The next important thing is this browser restrictions. What is meant by browser restrictions is that you cannot, as a student, you cannot right click when you are accessing that one. You cannot copy that question so that you can paste it and get it answer immediately. So this browser restrictions is one where you can restrict your student from copying from another web browser. If at all they want to copy the question, they have to manually know it and type in another browser. They cannot use right click options, they cannot copy the question, they cannot take the screenshots, such things. Okay, so these are all some of the browser restrictions are available in full version, but based on some web browser, some may work, some may not work, that they have clearly mentioned on their pro version. Okay, then math support is available, which is very easy. I don't discuss much, you can start using it. And you can also images and videos also. And text block support, so this text block means in between question, if you want to give some instruction, which is not a question, then it is allowed there. And not only this, a text block pool, what I said is question bank, you can call it question bank pool. Means assume that you have 25 questions, you have prepared 25 questions on one particular subject, you want to conduct a test on of 10 questions. Okay, so out of 25 questions, you can give a choice that each student get randomly 10 questions. Okay, so students get different questions, some, at least some questions they get different. I can say that 10 random questions they get out of 25 questions, which is very useful whenever you want to restrict someone copying. Because what student will do, he will call to his friend, he will say, you tell me this question and what is answer. He will wonder, Arey, I didn't have this question in my examination. So different students will get questions randomly. So if we have a huge collection of questions, then students obviously get different questions. There is a high chance of probability that they get different questions when you have question bank more questions. Okay, but it is very useful. I can tell you that we can alert our students so that they don't depend on our their friends, right? With this brief introduction about all those things, it is not at all good to go on discussing our and only presentation. If at all you want to learn anything in detail, I will suggest you go to our YouTube channel. For example, Microsoft Forms, you can I will share this PPT. Even if you click on this PPT, it will directly take to that YouTube channel. All videos, useful videos we have prepared, and we are anyone can watch it. There is no you don't need to pay anything. You just subscribe our channel if you want. Question and answers, especially why I want to emphasize this question and answers videos, because whoever face some problems, those problems we have addressed and we have shown live that how you can come across any error you are facing. So this question and answers videos are very useful. And with this, one part of my today's lecture is finished, which is the presentation side. Okay, now what we do is next have a small pause, because it is, I believe still there is a so whether any questions are there, madam, before going to next session, the next part? Is anyone online? Everybody is sleeping or
Yes,
what?
sir. No, sir. Sangeeta ma'am, questions, please.
Okay.
Sangeeta ma'am.
Yeah. Hello.
Hmm.
Yeah. Am I able?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. You
Audible?
are audible. Yes.
Yes, audible.
Yeah. See, sir, there are some questions. Please share the eyeball pen link.
Uh,
They've asked.
okay. So I can share the Wacom pen link. Unfortunately, at present, this eyeball is not available on Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, but you may get eyeballs from your local stores. If you have a good this stationery book stall, you may inquire there. But if you want to buy this Wacom pen tablet and XP pen tablet, those things are available. uh, those links I can give, it is not a problem. Okay, but eyeball you try to inquire, or you can contact eyeball directly from their website. There is a option, But I can tell you, if you get eyeball, then it is one of the best. Right now, sadly, there is a problem with eyeball production. I don't know why. We are not getting from Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, but I can give you Wacom pen tablet link and XP pen tablet link. Shall I give it now? Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it is available actually in my YouTube. Each and every video I have given there. Still, I can give it that. It is not a problem. Just let me. And by the time you can ask someone else another question if they
Sir,
want.
explain about the Epic pen also.
Epic pen. Okay, so
Yeah.
Epic pen. Let me fix this. See, Epic pen is just a tool. It is not a pen. It is just like a software. Okay, you install that software. I can show you here Epic pen. If you go to website, I hope you can see my website, right? You are whoever watching it. So this is a small tool. One can use it anywhere on your desktop to highlight something, to write something on the screen. That means actually you are not disturbing your file, but you are writing over that screen. So you can see that it is very download for free and improve your 3D models. Wherever you want to highlight something, you can see this image. You can use highlighter as well as mouse. You can draw something. In free version, there are limitations. So if you, for example, I want to write something on this screen. Okay. So what you can do is you just open that Epic pen tool. It is a exe file. After installing, it will open it. Okay, so now it is open. You can see that I can move it here and there. It is such a small tool. You can put it anywhere there and immediately you can start writing. You can see here. I hope you all can see here. I can highlight. So this, if I want to explain to this something. So what I am doing is I am doing something which is not actually reflecting anyone. It only visible to audience. It will be for a time being. You can remove that so that everything is gone. So this is a Epic free tool. One can use it. If you don't have digital pen, also no problem. You can start using this with the help of mouse. Okay. If you have a digital pen, then using this Epic pen tool on any screen, you can start writing very fast. Okay. Right. That is about Epic tool. It is very useful tool. One can have it free version. Now, as somebody asked, let me just give that link so that I don't forget again. Just a second. So here you can see that these things, it is available. One can take it, but still I will give these links here in Zoom where I can in chat I can paste it.
In your presentation, you can.
Everyone in meeting.
Yes, sir. You can put it in the chat box,
Okay,
sir.
so I have pasted in chat box so that you can see it. See, I want to tell you here the Amazon links, whatever I have given. If you purchase from that Amazon link, I will get some commission. I should admit that, but the price difference is same. Price is same whether you purchase from Amazon or whether you purchase from whatever link I have given you. Okay, but these are the best available pen tablets right now. I have available, and in Amazon that eyeball is not available right now. Okay, fine. Is there any other question?
Sir, your last slide, they want to see the links. Your last slide, please.
I will share that PPT. Can I share now my PPT? Right now I can share it. Whether is it possible to share this PPT? Let me see here.
Yes.
Yes. We don't want to hide anything. We will give to everyone, so you can take it. So I will share that PPT itself right now. You can use it. But
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So I have shared that PPT. It will be available for others. Only thing is that animations one will be there one by one. It will come after some time. I can send you the hand tool version, handouts version of this PDF file. Yes. Is somebody asking something?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I want to ask one question, sir.
Yes.
When we are going to record a video lecture,
Oh,
Hello, sir.
yes, sir. Yes,
Hello,
I can
are
hear
you
you. I
getting
can
me,
hear you.
sir?
I can hear you. You please.
Yeah, yeah. When, sir, we are going to record a video lecture, so how to put a background and all the disturbance, avoid disturbance when recording video lectures?
So you can put your.
Is it possible to record?
Of course, it is possible, sir. For example, whatever right now you are seeing, my background is removed and I am transparent in front of whatever browser is there, right? You might have noticed that one. That is possible using OBS, Open Broadcast Software. You can use it and you can, it is completely free. You can watch my videos in OBS. I have explained how to remove transparent. And if you want, you can watch this Sunday also. Again, I am going to explain in OBS how you can make good audio settings as well as this chroma key effect. This is called chroma key effect. Using this you can remove your background. For that what you require is you require uh, backside on your wall green color cloth or any poster. So for example, you have weared a green cloth, so if you are there, then your only your face will be visible, entire thing will be disappears. So green cloth is required to apply that effect in OBS. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Ah.
Thank you.
Somebody asked OBS, can we use it for mobile? Unfortunately, it is not available for mobile. It is available for desktop version. But in mobile, you have something called remote for OBS, where if you want to change some slides or something, that you can do it. But you cannot use it OBS right straight away from mobile.
Hello, sir. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, alternative to Loom, is there any website in order to record online lectures, sir? Is there any alternative to Loom, sir?
Why? Any problem with Loom you have experienced during your?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. During the recording, what is happening is not only the speaker voice, surrounding premises voice are also getting recorded in Loom, sir.
Sir, most
So
of the
can we disable them, sir?
sorry.
Can we disable the surrounding sounds?
Yeah, you
Can
have
we
to use your whatever earphones. For example, whatever earphone I am using, it has some noise cancellation. Okay, but any software you use OBS or use any other, there will be always a noise cancellation. If you observe studios and all, they pack up everything, even a small voice should not come inside. Okay, but
Yes, sir.
if you use there will be available around 1,000 rupees. You can get it from Amazon. There is called Boya speaker audio capture. Okay, if you use that one, whatever software you use, it try to avoid cancellation. So you can use OBS. In OBS, after audio filter settings, you can remove those noises.
Yes,
If
sir.
you can use it OBS, then that is more than sufficient. You don't require Loom and all.
But Loom is we can do it on online, no, sir. That's the reason why I'm requesting you to let me know alternative to Loom. Is there
See,
anything?
what is the advantage of having online? You prepare, suppose offline, okay, then you upload it somewhere on YouTube, or if you want to go live, you go on YouTube through OBS. It is live only, it is online only, it will be automatically recorded and stored on YouTube. You don't need to upload it separately. Maximum my
Okay.
lectures I have recorded on live, so I have not
Okay.
recorded separately and then upload it. Automatically it will be there on your YouTube channel, right?
So what is that tool, sir? You said that in order to reduce the surrounding premises, we need to buy that one around 1,000 rupees. You said no.
See,
What is the name of the tool?
I can exactly give after this lecture. Any noise cancellation mic, if you search it from Amazon, you will
Okay, sir.
get
Okay, sir.
some Boya
Okay.
is there. Boya, some company name is there. I didn't use it, but people suggest that Boya something. But if you have a
Okay.
good earphones, that is more than sufficient. Fine. Any other question if is there? Then otherwise we go to next important
Yes, sir.
session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. One more question, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. I am
Hello,
here
sir.
only.
Yeah. One more question, sir.
Yes.
So now is it possible to demo one demo video from you, sir, for avoiding all voices around us to remove all the disturbance?
Yeah,
Is it any short?
my topic is on this evaluation tools. So first I will demonstrate. Now actually my demonstration is still remaining. I will demonstrate on first test most, if time permits at the end, because today is last day, they have their own plans. If time permits, I
Okay,
will
sir.
show it on OBS. Otherwise, Sunday
Thank
you
you.
can watch me on YouTube live. Sunday you can watch me there. I am explaining this Sunday. Just one day you have to wait, right?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So shall we go further?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
your.
Yes.
So what we do here is, as I said at the beginning, I told that there will be a small surprise test just in between my lecture, right? So what we have to do is to, before explaining this test most, I want everyone to take this test, right? So I will give this link. I will post it there. I hope everybody is listening. So you take this test. I am giving 5 minutes time, and password is 12345. Okay, is audience teachers, I repeat again, but this is not for your grading purpose, so don't worry. Okay, it is just for fun. You just enjoy, take the exam. It 5 minutes will be there, and only 6 questions are there. Okay, so you take this exam, and I will show you straight away the analysis, then we will go to demonstration. Okay, everybody got this link? You copy that link, test mode, this much, not with password, this much you copy and open it on your web browser, mobile web browser. If you have a mobile, if you have laptop, anything, it will opens. If anyone have difficulty, you ask. I have given only 5 minutes, so don't search for PDF file. And even if you get less marks, it is not a problem. It is just a surprise test, and we are taking this test to show the results analysis, nothing else.
Sir, please share that link into box.
Which box?
In box, chat box.
I have shared it, right?
Chat in chat box.
It
Yes,
is
yes.
there in the chat box.
It is visible to everyone, chat box. It is not visible?
No, sir.
It is visible in the chat box.
It is visible in chat box. I can somebody administrator can again copy and paste it. I one more time I will
Yes,
also
sir.
paste
Yes,
it.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll do
So
that.
it's already there, sir.
So now I have given just like a link. You can click on that link, it will take. If you just click on that link, it will take to that site. And password is 12345. Password is 12345. You have to enter your name and passcode as 12345 and do it. Here you have to enter your name and passcode. Okay. Somebody has, 2 people have submitted, so let's see that results. You can see that why I asked you to do it here. You can see the moment people start submitting, they will be getting their results here.
Sir, what is the passcode?
Passcode is 12345.
And that first number of FDP?
90 dot.
Your registration number, just for your registration FDP number is there, na? That you can write. You can write anything. It is not a problem. Just write your name and start using it. Once you log in, it will give 5 minutes time, and many people are able to complete in 1.5 minute time.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you can see that so many people have submitted within seconds, huh? And without I don't want to disturb anyone or disappoint anyone, so I have given partial marking. Okay, so you can see that many people have got some orange color tick marks. How many people have taken? There are 30 people have submitted their responses. How many participants are there? Some around 100.
150, sir.
Okay. 150 students. Sorry, participants.
140, sir.
Okay. So because I am right now using pro version, so even if all 140 submit, I don't know how many people submit it. We'll just wait 2-3 minutes, okay, then we will proceed. So sudden surprise tests also one can take using test modes. It is very easy, and it works effectively from mobile also. There are some 54 responses. I can search any person name here. If they are submitted, we can see it. Suppose if I write
May I interrupt you, sir?
yes sir, yes.
I try to first I have given the test and log out and try to again log in, but it has been there. It is already, you are already given the exam.
Because I have given
So it
only
is very so it is very safest mode for the
yes.
take the online exam.
Yes. You can limit if it is a practice test, you can make there that unlimited time one can answer it. If it is
But pro version is very having very limitations, and that full version is very good. That means
no,
you
you can limit to one even in free version. In free version also limiting to one response is there. That is there in even free version.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So what pro version or full version available, that I will demonstrate now, but just let's finish this in 2-3 minutes. This is most useful analysis thing. Many people having some difficulties in analysis, especially that essay question or something. So if I see that many people are getting more than 80% score, this is very, very good. So you are all very known about ICT tools now. You can immediately start taking online lectures. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Dr. Surendra, sir. I am Dr. E. Arun from SRM University, Chennai.
Okay.
Previously, I have attended your 1-week FDP program, through which I have learned many more tools from you only.
Thank you.
But still, I have few doubts regarding our OBS live streaming with Google Meet. If possible, could you please explain me, sir?
This Sunday I will explain, sir. See, whatever things are possible for OBS, definitely I am going this Sunday. You please connect at that time.
Okay,
OBS,
sure.
I will definitely explain. For example, this I am not sharing my screen through Zoom. I am sharing my screen through OBS.
Yes, sir.
They are called virtual cameras. OBS virtual cameras are there. If you install it, you can join. I can go live actually simultaneously through this Zoom as well as my YouTube. But because it is a faculty development program, it is closed environment, so I have not gone live. Otherwise, we can go live with number of streams simultaneously using OBS. As I said, OBS is just like a ocean. If you know how to, if you know how to survive, or you can play with it. Otherwise, it is
sure,
just like
sir. Sure. So from you only, I have learned around 13 tools, which was very, very useful for us, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So now, yes. So
Sir,
yes.
Sir, that Sunday session that you were talking about, can you give us the details?
Madam, I will forward to that link once I prepare to the organizer Sunil sir. He will give you all. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So there are 86 responses.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are speaking and the background is the PPT is moving and you are showing, but you are speaking before that PPT. What is the technique behind it, sir?
Sir, I already told this is simple OBS.
What is the technique behind it?
No. I will be. I already informed OBS through my videos. This is possible through OBS. If necessary, you attend Sunday, and Sunday again I am explaining. Many people are asking, and Sunday I will explain what are all useful plugins in OBS, how you can blur your background, how you can talk to properly, all those things. Okay, but this is not the platform, because I am not discussing on OBS. If at all my topic is on OBS, then everything I might have told here, there is no problem, right? So I should respect to my topic what I have taken. So Testmos, you enjoy today Testmos, and Sunday you can enjoy OBS once again. So other than OBS, if you have any
Thank you,
doubts,
sir. Thank you.
other than OBS, if you have any doubts, you ask right now. Then even if you have doubts on Microsoft, I will show you Microsoft Forms also. Today I will show you 5 minutes or 10 minutes about this Testmos and 5-10 minutes about Microsoft Forms. Google Forms I am not going to show because everybody know it, Google Forms. And if you want, you can watch our videos. Fine. So I hope I can stop this and whoever want to submit, you can keep on submitting. Shall we continue with our session?
Hello,
Huh.
Sunil sir.
Yes, yes, I am calling. Yes, yes.
Any problem, madam? Hello? 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 Okay. Okay. I connected again. I hope. Whether I connected? I have connected, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So now we will go through this analysis. So whoever written exam, congratulations. Very well you have written. Everybody got distinction, 76% on an average, right? Now let's quickly see this. First analysis I will explain. Then it is like we go reverse process. Okay. So if you see this, how many people here? 92% have written exam at present, have submitted, and each and every student or teacher name is there, their score, how much marks they got out of 14 marks. Okay, how much marks they got, it shown, they calculated some percentage. I think nobody is failed. It is good. In my exam all students passed. Okay, so you like such teachers, right? Okay, now when they started, when they finished, it can also shows. You can see that, for example, this person has finished the exam in just 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. You can see here time is there. Then what is important is this one, that is most useful. Sorry. So here if you see this right side, what we have here is question number 1 2 3 4 5 6, because there are 6 questions. Okay, then there is a question number 1. If you see question number 1, there is a orange color tick mark is there. That means it is partially correct. That particular person has written exam, that question he has answered partially. So all questions, 4 questions, they have answered partially. So if I made it no partial marking, all these 4 questions you get wrong. And 5th question, green, means exactly all the correct answers. And this one is a question mark. Why it is a question mark? Because 6th question is a essay question I have given. I have asked about what is your opinion about online teaching or something, right? So obviously we have to evaluate, as a teacher we have to evaluate, because you can see that for all students question mark is there for last question, right? So how we do that is very simple. You click on this mouse, this question mark symbol. So if I click on this question mark symbol, here it is so much wonderful. Somebody has written their answer. It is so much wonderful. So if I like their opinion, I can go here and I can give out of 1 mark. So because it is written positively, so I'll give full marks. So I have given 1. Then click on save changes. So if you click on save changes, now you can see that there that particular student marks is out of 15. Remaining all are out of 14. Because 14 marks are automatically graded, only 1 mark is essay, which is manually, it should be graded manually. So I have given actually exam for 15 marks. Out of 15 marks, now this particular teacher has already got 9.15 marks. That means 61% marks he or she got, right? So for every student, every teacher, I have to go here and I click on this question mark symbol. Okay, then he will ask, it is temporary arrangement, you can check their answers, but face-to-face teaching is unparalleled. I agree, so I will give 1 mark. Okay, if not, so I can give, this depends on that teacher. Now 2 teachers have been evaluated, so you can evaluate each and every person in that way. Whenever there is a this long answer question is there, otherwise automatically it will evaluate. So this is one of the thing. If you click on this any orange button, so what it says is that it has taken to that particular question of that student. It says that your answer is partially correct, because I have asked Zoom, Google Meet, OBS, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom. So you have selected this Google Classroom, even though it is not correct, so you will be given wrong mark on that. Okay, and you can see that explanation I have given, as a teacher I have given explanation there, so that students will understand why my answers are wrong. So I have written here, in Google Classroom, live lecture is not possible, but we can share material, conduct quizzes, etc. I have asked my question is to deliver a live lecture. So in delivering live lecture at present, Google Classroom, it is not possible. Only you can share already recorded video and so on, right? So that's why this answer is wrong. So student will understand where he is mistaken, where he did his thing wrong. For example, in this, WhatsApp and Facebook are social platforms. There is no provision to track students' performance and grading. So that's why these two are wrong. Okay. So if you selected this is correct. You have not selected these two things and so on. So each and every question, if you want, you can give explanation. Okay. And student will able to see the explanation. This is one of the useful thing. Of course, explanation is available. Most of the things are available in free version also. Okay. Fine. Now this is about results, and what is important is how you can export the results. Suppose you have conducted this exam and you want to save those files in the form of Excel sheet something. You can see here there is a export CSV, point grid is there, response grid is there, copy to clipboard is there. So point grid means each and every student, how many marks he got for each and every question. So you just click on this point grid. So if you click on this point grid, it asks to save or open. You can open with it, immediately it will opens. Okay. So whatever you are seeing this, you can see that their percentage, how much their percentage got, and what is for each and every question, how many marks that particular student got, it shows here. So it is very easy to get the for each question how many marks. If you want response grid, that means for each and every question how the students responded, what are the answers they have given, then you can click on this response grid. So response grid, if you click on it, then you can see that here for each and every question, okay, students have given, participants have given their number of answers. So they will come to know, and we can analyze. If we want, we can save it in the form of responses also, not just marks, right? If you want, you can copy directly and paste it anywhere. If you want to copy to clipboard and paste it wherever it is supporting, right? This is about quick analysis of the exam which we have conducted just now, and that is the reason I have given nothing else. I have not given just to test your knowledge. I have given an exam in between just to see that I can show you immediately how responses will come, all those things. Otherwise, I have to manually, dumbly, I have to enter responses. I have to show that, right? Fine. Now we go to how we can use this test mode. I may be going little fast. If you ever not understood, you can go and watch my video. Clearly I have explained there, right? So I will go to test mode. First I will show free version, because people may not immediately buy pro version. So if you want to use it a free version, how you can do it? So go to Google and just simply type test mode. So if you go to testmode.com, it is a website. And for kind information, I want to tell about this test mode. 2-3 months back, or in October or November month, I have attended a refresher course, Arpit course, sponsored, offered by Swayam. So in that Arpit course, I have registered ICT tools course. In that, one of the tool is test mode. So I have attended that course, then I learned test modes. Now I am able to represent in front of many people. More than some 25,000 people have watched this test modes. So somehow I have given back to Swayam. And reason to say is that definitely something we can learn even from online refresher course. Okay. So that is the story of this test modes. I have learned test modes from Arpit course, right? So once you go here, click on this build a test. Okay. So whoever want to use it, you no need to log in here, right? I have already there, so it is saying my account. Otherwise, you simply click on this build a test, right? So if you click on build a test, it will ask for a name. Let me log out, because it is already with my pro version it is there. So I will log out this. Now I will go to home. So this is for a free version. I will explain first, then I will explain in pro version. So if you see here, it is a option available, build a test. You simply click on this build a test if you want to generate your test. Then, as I said, what it asks is that it will ask for test name. So I will give some demo test. Okay. Then it will ask for a choose a password and retype your password. Remember, if you forget this password, you cannot access your test as a teacher. Okay. It is impossible to access in free version that they have already mentioned here. Don't forget your password. You can't recover it. Don't forget your test URL. You will see it on the next page. So your URL and your password you have to remember in a free version, right? So simply give some password here. I'll give 1 2 3 4 5, okay, and retype that. So better always, you are a teacher, whenever you want to use any test, keep same password, okay, so that you don't forget for different test different password. Test name you change it, but password you keep it same, so that you don't have any problem, okay. So now we are done. We just click on create. Then whatever you see here is the title of this demo test, dashboard, settings, questions, and publish, and then results. As I said, there are 4 things main: settings, then questions, publish, and results. So these 4 are there. You just go to settings, which is already here, adjust settings, add questions, publish and distribute, view results. And these 4 are already there in even free version as well as pro version, okay. But what you will see here is this demo test. Only that particular test you will see when you log in with this. If you log in with another test, then only that test result you will see. You don't see previous results in free version. That is the only drawback here, right? So adjusting settings means what type of adjust settings you have to do. What is your name and introduction. If you want to give brief introduction about that test, you write here instructions for your test if you want, right? Then whichever 4 themes are available, you select which theme you require. Then question settings. So this question settings is interesting. It says that show all the questions on the page. So you might have, if you have taken the now exam, you might have noticed all questions came at one place, one below the other. But you can also give, if you want to make even more stronger, you can give show one question per page. So one question he will see only one time. He cannot see all other questions, okay. So when you do shuffling, each student will get shuffled question in different manner. So obviously he cannot call to his friend and ask what is the answer of this question, right? So if you want to make it more thing, then you select this show one question per page. It is good. Otherwise you can give show all the tests at one page, right? And it will ask, if you select one question per page, allow the student to jump around different questions, whether he can jump here and there, or he can jump only once he answer the question. So you can select whichever you, depending on these things, all are self-explanatory. You can see here, randomize the order of the questions during the test. So different questions will be ordered differently for different students, okay. So that is very useful. You can put it randomize, and you can write some conclusion text. And there is also option here, show at the end of the test if the student passed or failed. If you select this one, you can, it is always good to encourage a student, okay. If whoever passed, you can encourage with good words, and whoever failed, you can motivate them by saying some work hard or something. Suppose I can say here, work hard, don't worry, okay. Such things, messages, students can get better in, they can start believing us, and they can start believing on themselves. So it also provides whoever failed the exam, for them also you can write a message. Only failed students will see this message. Whoever passed the students, they will see their message here, okay. And at the end of the test, this many people know it, using in Google form or Microsoft form, they can see the response, which are correct, which are wrong, all those things they can see it. And access control, who can take your test? Anyone. If I select this, anyone without password they can select. If I select this, anyone who enters a passcode, so I have to enter some passcode, okay, that you have to share with students, then only they will enter it. If you have a unique identifier, you can, for example, Microsoft account is there with students, then you can give Microsoft account to enter like that, right? And somebody asked here, how much time do test takers? Suppose I can say here 10 minutes. So the moment they enter, only 10 minutes time it will show for them. How many times one can take the test? Whether unlimited time or one time. This is available even in free version also. One can restrict this one, right? And here browser functionality, which I said, if I click on this disable right click, this is not available in free version. If you see that, you can, if I click on this, it will say this message, sorry, but you are trying to use a feature only available to TestMoz members, okay. So either you pay $50 and there is a discount $25, you will get it, okay. So they are saying that you can see that $25 sorry per year if you are a teacher, right? So these things are very useful. If you don't want, you close this and continue. So you can see that wherever some offer feature is there, if it is not available, that means it is available only in paid version or membership version. Okay, and that's all. These are the some of the settings. If you want, you simply go through it. Once you are done with settings, then click on these questions. So if you click on questions, what you will see is that your test has no questions. Use the drop down below to insert a question. So here you can see that there is a drop down, and what are all questions are available: multiple choice, one correct answer, many correct answer, true false, matching, fill in the blanks, and essay. So these 6 questions are available. And for survey, that means without marks also there are questions are available: short answer, long answer. And what extra you have is the other interesting, which is more powerful, this test mode makes, is this test block. Okay, text block, question pool, which I already said, questions from another test, questions from file. So these 4 options are available only in membership one. What is this question pool? As I said already, question bank, you have 50 questions. Out of 50 questions, 10 questions each student get randomly. So if you have 50 questions, add those things in that question pool bank, then it automatically sends 10 questions randomly to each student, right? And questions from another test. So assume that you have already taken last semester I have taught suppose complex analysis. This time I am teaching again complex analysis. So while setting the question paper, it may be possible that some question I can take from the previous one, right? So I can directly take from question from another test but this is available only for membership people. And questions from file. So you have typed all questions from they have some separate format. So once you type all those questions, within a click you can upload those questions and you are ready. Okay, so these are the 4 options which are available only for membership people, and these are of course obviously the one of the best features. One can get it. For that we have to pay for it, right? So I can quickly add some question, multiple choice, suppose single question. And the advantage of this one is you can keep on, if you see here multiple choice, so same question without deleting you can change to single to many. So same question you can change to many also, right? If you want, you can change it to this true or false statement. So question, if you change accordingly, it will change the options also, right? So I will first add 1 or 2 questions. I will show it. Suppose I will go to multiple choice with many correct answers, right? So this is the question. I will write some question here, right? So ICT tools for recording, suppose, okay, just a question. Then what you can do here is you write choice, right? So I will write here OBS, then I will write here Loom. Okay, if you want, you can click on this, you can click to add a new answer. So you can give, if you want, you can give some, suppose I will write something else, Twitter. Okay, now how to give answers, because one advantage is immediately you can give answers by the moment. Suppose this is the correct answer, you select this, that means it is understood that this is correct answer, and this is also correct answer. So with just one click you can immediately set questions answers. This is available, even such type of thing is available in Microsoft Forms also, but in Google Forms you have to go to separate tab and you have to click on their answer key, you have to select which is correct answer and then click done and so on. But direct from question interface it is not available in Google Forms. Okay, so you select this, and if you want to show explanation, okay, this is available only in paid version. So explanation is not available in free version. You can give partial credit. That means if out of these 2 marks, if student has written one of them, then he will get partial mark. Okay, how they give partial mark, if you want, you can select this, right? And you can try to understand that. I no need to explain this, right? This is one. Then you go to, if you want to add one more question, if you see here there is a plus symbol. If you click on this plus symbol, that same question will be copied. Cloning, it is called as cloning. So same question will be copied. You can change alternatively if options are different, question is different. Otherwise you can go here and click on anything, any other question if you want, multiple choice, single answer question, all those things, right? So adding questions is not at all a difficult one. It is very user friendly. For every question, if you see, there is a tabular type: bold, italic, underline, superscript, subscript. These all work with free version. What doesn't work is this math won't work. You cannot insert, upload a file, video, all those things. Some 3-4 features won't work in free version. Okay, but bolding something, underlining, normal things, superscript, subscript, bullets, numbering, all such things you can give it freely for each and every question, right? These are about questions. Once you prepare your questions, now you go to publish. Okay, so what it says is that publish your demo test, preview your test, right? So before publishing, what you can go is you can preview your test. So if you click on preview your test, what it says is that it is a demo test. So just click on preview, because we have given 2 questions. So it asks, which is, suppose I select this, I have not typed anything that question, but here I will type, I will select this, then submit. So once I submit it, you can see that I got partial marking. Okay, because why it is a partial marking? There is 3, so 1 is divided into 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. I have selected this, right, and I got only 1 correct, so I am getting 1/3 of that marks, right? But actually what they should do is they have to implement negative marking also, right? There is a drawback here. I should write to those such people. If at all I have selected all 3, then I get 1 mark, right? So there is a logic is missing. For a wrong answer, if he select, he should give some negative marking. Otherwise, for a multi-correct answer, if partial marking is allowed, then if I select all options, then it is obviously I get full marks, right? So there is something, some bug is there. I mean, they should work on it. They should provide wrong answer some marks, negativity also, negative marks also. If at all they have provided, it is fine. Otherwise, they should work on it, right? And it is wrong, so they got 0 marks. This is the easiest way one can create, right? Now you are done with preview and you are satisfied. So what you can do is you go to here, ready to publish. Yes, you click on publish, and if you come to this right hand side, there is a option called export or print. So export or print, you have option, you can take the questions in Word file. If you want, you can print the questions, and there is an option called, okay, there is an option with answers also you can print. That means you have typed questions, 10 questions you have typed, and you have given answers and you have given explanations. You can download and you can print that questions, and you can keep with you for safe side, and you can publish it now. So you click on publish. That's all. Your test has been published. We are ready. We have typed 2 questions. We are ready. We have prepared the test. Now you just copy this one and give to anyone with you, whoever you want to take this test. So you copy this, and remember, you try to remember this test whenever you are using free version. In free version, if you forget this, you cannot recall this one. So better you save it in your Gmail or wherever, test name and this URL password. You better keep it in mail, saying then whenever you want to access it, you can go and access it. So if you forget this URL, you can't access it. So I'll just paste it here. So if I paste it, how it will be, from student, he has to log in by entering his name, and he can start it. And this same testmos URL you will also use if you want to check results, if you want to see some modifications. So same result, but you have to log in as an administrator. So if you log in as an administrator, you have to, at that time you have to enter that password. We have set 1 2 3 4 5. So if I enter that password, I will enter. Okay, so testmos link is same for student as well as teacher who created that. Student will enter as a student, teacher will enter as a administrator, but at that time he has to provide the password which he has created during the build test, right? Fine. So this is quickly about version, where you have you can make settings, questions, publish, and you can give results. And once somebody has taken, then you can see the results section here, right? So one of the assignment for today is creating a testmos with at least 10 questions. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask me, and just before stopping, I will show you 2 minutes what is the advantage of having that pro version. Okay, then we will close that. Okay, go to questions. I might have logged out. Fine. So now I am entered as a pro version user. Okay, for that, now you can see that here the top corner, the tests are available. Earlier for free version, only this just for fun is the title name, So dashboard, settings, questions, publish, results. Only these 5 are available. Now extra what you have is test you have, right? And you can have results, separately results. So what is meant by these separate results? Results of each and every test what we have. So all tests whatever I conducted from this login available. Also results of all those tests will also be available, and some themes are available, something else which are not so important. What are important is this all tests are available at one place. You can see that. For example, I have 4 tests right now in my this login account. All will be saved, never it will be deleted until unless you delete. Okay, right? And I can also click on this results button. So if I click on this results button, so all the test results whichever you want to see it, right? So if you click on this results, so this will display whatever results are there, it will be displayed. You can see that just now people have taken and how many students have taken. All the available things are available here. This is for just for fun, right? That is the name I have given, right? Now quickly go to this tests and I will show you how you can add something. So in this just for fun, if I want to, I will go to questions. I will click on this questions. Okay, here I will try to add one question as a, so now I will go below. I can see here question pool is available. Now if I click on this question pool, what it says is the following. Here it says that randomly show 0 out of 0 questions below, because I have not added any question right now into that pool. So what you have to do to add a question into this pool, drag into this box using this icon to the question. So what you will see here is if I click on this, there is a dragging this button. So you hold that one and drag it, okay, and put it here. So now sorry, this has come outside, so put it in this. Now you can see that there is one question available in my pool. I will also drag this question, so I will hold this one, I will put it here. So now there are 2 questions are available in this pool. So simply it doesn't take much time, you can drag all those questions. Okay, so now 3 questions are available. What I will do is I will say you give any one question from these 3. So each student will get randomly one question from these 3, and whatever remaining outside are there, those 3 questions, they are compulsory to everyone, but one question out of these 3 questions will come. So that means there are total 4 questions will go for each and every student, but one question will go randomly out of these 3 questions whatever we kept it on that pool, right? So this pooling is very useful if you have large number of questions and you want to make it your exam more interesting. Try to put more questions in this pool and ask them to take the test from this pool. For this test most it will take, right? And there are also options for, if you want you can go through it and question from another test. So if we click on questions from another test, it says if you have any question ICT or something, by the moment I typed ICT, what are all questions I have, what are all ICT tools. Suppose if I select this, okay, what are all ICT tools offered by Microsoft, I'll select this. Suppose these 2 questions I want, then it says where it should add at the end of the test or beginning of the test or inside pool. So I will click on inside pool so that easily I can add it, right? Now you can see that inside pool how many questions I have 5 questions. So out of 5 questions I say suppose 2 questions you randomly give it. So out of 5 randomly each student get 2 questions and remaining these questions are compulsory. In this way you can make your test modes very interesting. I personally like this. I purchased this and I have talked to my vice chancellor, our university vice chancellor. He is very ready and we are going to purchase for each one account for every school from beginning, at the beginning, right? So that school will handle each and all. One person, suppose in your department one person is there, okay, there is here there is another option called question from file. Okay, so question from file, so you ask your teacher to send that question file. You can download that template and there will be one administrator. So obviously he will import that questions and he will generate the test, so that other teachers don't disturb the question papers of remaining teachers. So it may happen that when 4 people have password same, it may happen that they may go and watch other teachers exams. So that also can be done here using this insert file. That is one of the advantage I have observed personally. Suppose I am going to operate this login ID for my entire department. Whenever there is an exam, I will ask that teacher, you send me the questions from this format. So I will just upload it and I will publish it. Within a second, I can publish it and I can share with students, so that I am not involving, or other teachers not involving, they are not seeing from this. I will download the results and I will give to that particular teacher, right? So it is very, very effective way of conducting. Usually I don't suggest paid versions and so on, but I felt that this test was is really worth. By paying 2000 rupees, it is not much, right? So at this point, at this junction, I stop here. And if you have any quick questions, because they may be want to close the today's program. So if any quick questions are there, we will take, otherwise we can stop here.
Sangeeta ma'am.
Yeah.